Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In IELTS listening section 1, students usually do 1 to 2 mistakes, and these 1 to 2 mistakes actually cost them 1 band less than their required band. In this video, I will teach you how to get 10 out of 10 in section 1. If you want to learn this art, watch this video till the end. Let's take a start. Alright guys, let's take a start. Bankside Recruitment Agency. Now we understand there is an agency that gives jobs to the people. So visualize that. Right? Bankside Recruitment Agency, an agency that arranges jobs. Name of agent, Becky Dash. Now Becky Dash means it is going to be the last name, and if the last name is unusual, they will spell it for you. So I just read it and you got to type your answer. You can write the answers on a piece of paper. With this video, you can just put a notepad and pen and write these answers down there. That can be better. So they say the agent I always deal with is called Becky Jamison. Amber. Let me write that down. Becky, and William says Jamison, or it's Jamison, whatever. Okay, Jamison. Got it? So the answer is going to be Jamison, Jamison. Now, best to call her in the. In the means it can be the time, in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon. Best to call her in. And best means they can tell you she is usually busy in the morning, so don't call her in the morning. That can be a trap. She usually has a lot of clients in the evening, so don't call her in the evening. That is again a trap. Best to call her. Now please listen carefully and then decide. He says, yes, it is in my contact somewhere, right? Here we are, 078665110. All right, 333. I wouldn't call her until the afternoon if I were you. She is always really busy in the morning. Now, best time to call her. He says, I wouldn't call her until the afternoon. Right? If I were you, she's really busy in the morning. So morning is a trap and afternoon is the right answer. Is that clear? All right. Well done. So if you want to write, you can write it down like afternoon. I'll not write it. I mean, it's going to waste time. So we just move on. Now, typical jobs. Clerical and admin roles mainly in the financial industry. All right. Must have good dash skills. It is a skill, negotiation skill, discussion skill, or any other skill. Must have good. This is first bullet point. This is second bullet point. Now listen carefully and then you got to decide what skill is it. I wouldn't worry. They'll probably start you as a receptionist or something like that. So what's important for that kind of job isn't so much having business skills or knowing lots of different computer systems. It is communication that really matters. Now see, there is a very good trap. They said before, they said for that kind of job isn't so much having business skills or knowing lots of different computer systems. So it's not business skills. That is a trap. But then they say it's communication that really matters. So the answer is communication. And skills is already written. So the answer is that. Question number 4. Jobs are usually for at least one. It can be duration, 1 year, 1 month, 1 something. Jobs are usually at least. So for at least they can say no more than 6 months, or they can say minimum 6 months. Yeah, minimum 2 weeks, minimum 5 weeks and all that. Okay, so let's see. Jobs are usually for at least one. Okay, now they continue and they say that shouldn't be too difficult, but you are more likely to be offered something for a week at first, which might get extended. It's unusual to be sent somewhere for just a day or two. So sending for job for a day or two, that is unusual. So you are more likely to be offered something for a week. So jobs are usually for at least one, and week will be the answer. Is that clear? Good job. Pay is usually. Now usually means they will tell you how much they normally offer, and there is a pound sign, so you don't need to write that. And per hour, so hourly pay. Okay, let's just see. Right, I've heard that the pay isn't too bad, better than working in a shop or a restaurant. William says, oh yes, definitely. The hourly rate is about 10 pounds, 11 if you are lucky. So usually hourly rate is 10 pounds, 11 if you are lucky. That means usually it is 10 pound, but 11 if you are lucky. So 10 will be the right answer. Is that clear? I repeat, the hourly rate is about 10 pounds, 11 if you are lucky, but usual rate is 10 pounds. So 10 is written here. All right, let's move on. We've got registration process. Wear a dash to the interview. Now there is something that you need to wear. Wear a dash to the interview. Okay, now we are going to see what is it. It can be like a coat or a necktie or anything else like that. And remember, it's again one word only. So for wear, they can use something else. Let's just see. The interview usually takes about an hour, and you should arrange that about a week in advance. Amber says, I suppose I should dress smartly if it's for office work. I can probably borrow a suit from mom. William says, good idea. Right? Good idea. It's better to look too smart than too casual. So he says, you should arrange that. And then they say, I can probably borrow a suit from mom. So wear a suit to the interview. So they are not using the word wear, but actually they are talking about it. They say, I suppose I should dress smartly if it is for office work. I can probably borrow a suit from mom. Borrowing a suit from someone means you are going to wear it. Okay. All right, guys, let's just move on. Next, we've got question number 7. Must bring your dash to the interview. Now, it can be documents, right? Or it is something you must bring to the interview. Okay, so you got to listen. Now, what do they say about it? Okay, so they continue. They say, will I need to bring copies of my exam certificates or anything like that? Now remember, when they ask a question, will I need to bring, there is no answer in that. Now for example, they said, will I need to bring copies of my exam certificates? It's not that must bring your certificates. You should listen to the answer. What is the answer? The answer is no. They don't need to see those, I think. It means certificate is not the right answer. All right. Now, after that, they say, what about my passport? William says, oh, yes, they will ask to see that. So, they will ask to see that means must bring your passport. Got it? Now, see that how to avoid the traps. Certificate was a trap. And the right answer is passport. Let's go on with question number 8. They will ask questions about each applicant's dash. Something which is related to that applicant. Okay, now you got to see what is it. They will ask questions. So, I wouldn't get stressed about the interview though. It's just a chance for them to build a relationship with you. So, they can try and match you to a job which you will like. So there are questions about personality. See that they will ask questions about each applicant's personality. Exactly, applicant's personality. Right? I repeat this for you. This is so they can try and match you to a job which you will like. So there are questions about personality that they always ask candidates, fairly basic ones, right? So personality will be the answer. Let's move on to question number 9. Advantages of using an agency. As you know, this recruitment agency, bank side. So advantages, that will be the answer. The dash you receive at interview will benefit you. The dash you receive, for receive they might use the word get, obtain, right? So the dash you receive at interview will benefit you. Now listen carefully. See, anyway, there are lots of benefits to using an agency. For example, the interview will be useful because they will give you feedback on your performance. So the dash you receive, they will give you feedback on your performance. What is the answer? Exactly, that's right, feedback. Again I tell you, you receive, and there they said you will receive or they will give you feedback on your performance. Last question here. Less dash is involved in applying for jobs. Less. Alright, and they can use any other word for less. So you got to just see, or they can use exactly less. Less dash is involved in applying for jobs. So let's see what can be the answer. Amber says, and they'll have access to jobs which aren't advertised. William, exactly. Most temporary jobs aren't advertised. Amber, and I expect finding a temporary job this way takes a lot less time. It's much easier. Alright, lot less time. Now what's the question? The question is less dash is involved. Now listen, for involved, what have they used? They say actually, and I expect finding a temporary job this way takes a lot less time. Takes a lot less time means involved in applying for job, less time. Time will be the answer. Less time is involved in applying for jobs, and for that they are actually saying, and I expect finding a temporary job this way takes a lot less time. So guys, all the best. Welcome back. If you follow my techniques, most definitely you are going to get 10 out of 10 in section 1 IELTS listening. I also teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub truly wishes you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.